guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wayne Gaming. Some of you may on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Kingsguard, Leandros' Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. Leandros, Jake, I'm sorry for everything that I've done. I know that it's too late, but if I had known that things would have turned out this way, I would chose to swim across the Red Sea and find another ship. But I want to reassure you that two of you will be safe. I've not told Croone anything about either of you, and I never will. Tell me what now? The three of you all turned to find the ship's captain standing in the doorway. Behind him were several of his crew, and you thought you might have spotted Alkai sitting skulking just behind him. Croone walked in and with a pompous grin stared at each of you, lingering on Leandros for just a bit longer. Care to explain exactly what you mean by that, Jaws? Croone. For the last time, that's Captain Croone. And I thought I'd made it explicitly clear that the three of you are not to be together. And here I find you, planning and plotting in secret. I've a mind to call our deal off for such insubordination. Captain, I was just... But I'm willing to let this slide for now, as we have bigger fish to fry. He's here. Above you, the sounds of hurried footsteps rumbled all throughout the ship. Sailors spoke something loud, but it was muffled by the thick walls of wood. All you could make out was prepare and attack. And suddenly... What was that? That, my boy, was the sound of war. Cannon fire? What the hell's going on up there? Just a little battle to determine who should be the rightful ruler of the seas. I bet Marvin's ship must be full of holes now. His crew jumping from that ship as it sinks into Sidon's locker. Croone broke into a laughter that finally broke through into your mind. This guy isn't just arrogant and stupid. This man was absolutely insane. Croone, you promised to take them to the mainland first. Oh, did I say that? This is not what we agreed upon. Oh, I would say that's still well within the confines of our deal. I believe our agreement was that we would get to the mainland first, if we do not run into Marvin along the way. And seeing that he just so happened to cross our paths, well, I couldn't just pass up such an opportunity. It's time for us to plunder once again. The sound that roared this time sounded much louder, and this time the hull shook with the impact. Likely the sound of something hard hitting the side of the ship. You lying weasel, you seeked him out, didn't you? You wounded me, Jaws. It was merely a chance encounter, and nothing more. This is madness, they're gonna get hurt. And I suppose you probably should get upstairs and defend the ship. I take it you've not forgotten what to do. Perhaps you should convince that lion to fight for our cause. I'll even think about releasing him, too. Pirates laugh. Jaws, what is going on? I'm sorry for everything. Jaws, wait! Stay, Jake. You'll be safe here. I promise I'll keep you safe. Jaws! Damn it, of all the times to be trapped in here. I'm gonna see if I can get the key. Jake, don't. It's far too dangerous for you to go up there. We have to get you out of here. And you think they'll just hand you the key? I have to at least try. I promise I'll be careful. I don't want to hear your promise. I want you to stay here where it's safe. We're in the middle of a battle at sea. Nowhere is safe. Don't make me lose you. I'm sorry, Leandros. Jake, wait! Jake! The chaos on the deck was like nothing you had seen before. A flurry of movement, wind, noise, smoke, and light all besieged your senses like the enemy cannons bombarding the ship. Off in the distance was another large vessel, its sail hailing the design of vines twisting around an elk, the house banner of Praine. A flash of light and an ear-shattering boom made you instinctively hit the deck. You had to move, and fast. This was no place for you to be. Get moving, you scallywags! This is our big moment, the time for our renaissance. We'll be drinking, singing, and laying with all the women we want come morn. Ha! At the helm of the ship, Croone's voice cackled out into the night. He seemed to be thoroughly enjoying himself despite the chaos that surrounded him. You strained your eyes but saw no sign of Alkai by his side. Where could he be? The swaying of the ship, the scurrying of the crew, and the cover of night made it truly difficult to make anyone out. There were men and beastmen of all shapes and sizes, and while Alkai was several heads above even the largest of them, you saw no sign of the beast. Jake! Jake! Jaws? Entangled in the crowd of sailors, you spied Jaws working his way towards you. What are you doing here? Go back downstairs. It's not safe for you here. It's not any safer down there than it is up here. Besides, I need to find Alkai. What? Why? He has the key. I need to free Leandros before something bad happens. I told you I would keep you both safe. But what if you can't? What if... Duck! Jaws pulled you in close and dodged out of the way of a cannon soaring towards you both. As it collided into the railing of the ship, his body shielded you from the thousands of wood splinters spewing forth from the impact. Gah! Jaws! I'm okay, just a little scratch. He beat down at his arms and found a thick piece of wood wedged in deep. Jaws, I'll be fine. In one quick and what looked like painful motion, he pulled the stake out and tossed it aside. Though he did not wince or whine, you could tell that he was in pain. This is it! This is the thrill that I was missing. Prepare yourself, Marvin. Tonight is the end of your reign and beginning of the age of Croone. You'll be masters of the Red Sea yet again. Damn you, Croone, for bringing Jake into this. When I find the time, I'm gonna show him what happens when you twist words. Jaws' eyes snapped back onto you. You're not hurt, are you? You're the one who's bleeding. It's not deep. It'll heal quickly. Still, you couldn't help but feel a little guilty. If he hadn't come up here, he would never have needed to put himself in harm's way. Second, y'all. Water time. Alrighty, guys and gals, we are back, so let's jump back in, shall we? Okay. Anyway, we need you to get out of here. It's far too dangerous for someone like yourself. I can't leave until I find Alki and his prison key. He's no longer on the ship. What? Then where? Never mind him, Jake. I understand that you want to free Leandros, but your safety is more important. I said I would protect you both, and I mean it. Just please wait below and give me some time. I'll end this soon. There was a look of doubt on Jaws' face as he stared over at the enemy ship. Because of all the commotion, it took a while for you to notice that Jaws was nearly undressed, as though he were about to go fishing or swimming. Jaws? What do you mean by ending this soon? Shark's silence only began to grow in uneasiness in the back of your mind. Not just what Leandro said, but the rumors that Emil had said as well began to echo back. I guess that's why he has Jaws then. Jaws? I've really only heard stories among the crew. Jaws apparently used to be one of the most feared men sailing on the seas. They say he's a monster, killed hundreds and sunk as many ships just by himself. Even the crew is too afraid to whisper when he's around. If Jake ever found out about my past, I know you'd never trust me. Even now, it still haunts me. The shame of what I had done. I get nightmares filled with the screams of those that I had hurt. Jaws, don't expect my sympathy. You chose the path to slaughter innocents and have yet to answer for it. What are you planning to do, Jaws? I have to go. Go? Go where? Jake, please, just go back to Leandros. Not till you explain what is going on. Yes, just kindly sit down with me and explain what's going on in the middle of a fucking attack. Jake, use your head. I'm saving your life, Jake. Saving my life? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you're not gonna go over there to... You're gonna murder Marvin, aren't you? You can't! If I don't, then we will lose this battle. Marvin's ship is stronger than ours in defense and firepower and speed and mobility. We don't stand a chance. Then stop Croone! Convince him that we won't win this fight. He's drunk on power and revenge. We'd have to be neck deep in water before he'd realize Sidon has already claimed his ship. Tie him up. Lead a mutiny against... It's too late for that. Akai is likely over there as we speak, and I need to join him. If you get Croone to turn the ship around, then surely he will notice and leave to join us. And you think that Marvin will just stop? He's just as ruthless as Croone. Even if we were able to halt our attack, he wouldn't. He'd chase us down to the ends of the earth until each and every one of us is beheaded. Which is why I'm going to put a stop to this the only way I know how. By killing everyone on that ship? We have no time to think of something else. I'm going. Wait, Jaws! You quickly reached out and pulled on Jaws' arm, hoping to keep him from going. Go and search Croone's room. He likely has his own set of keys to the prison cells hidden in there somewhere. Please stop this! Jake, I have to do this. Then I'm not letting go. There's no time for this. Jake, I'm sorry. Jaws only had to push you away the fraction of his strength to wrench himself free. As you fell on the deck, he simply turned back to look at you once before rushing for the railing, ready to jump into the sea and swim towards Marvin's ship. Jaws! Ooh. Something cried out through the night, slicing through the sounds of battle and leaving only silence. The shrieking sound was heart-stoppingly familiar. Your heart began to beat faster and faster, your arms starting to shake and your eyes going wide. Flashbacks of drowning in the sea during the storm came at you all at once, along with that foul stench that nearly made you sick to your stomach. A fear began to take hold of you as you looked around the ship. The other crew were doing the same. Your blade started to become warm, and the surrounding waters became unnaturally calm. Everyone was wary and on edge. Even the captain at the helm backed away from the wheel anxiously. You turned to the collective gasp of sailors as they gazed at something rising up from the depths between the two ships. Water cascaded down its body as it rose higher and higher, its elongated snake-like form nearly reaching the crow's nest. You recognized the scar over one of its red beady eyes, its ears like bat wings, and opulent scales glistening in the moonlight. You had hoped to never see the terrifying creature, the scaled monstrosity of legend, the Leviathan! Let me do that again. Ugh, Leviathan! A wave of fear swept throughout the deck as even the most gruff and intrepid of sailors all screamed and ran away in terror. Despite chaos once again evolving on the ship, the creature made no sudden movements. Instead, it started to survey, its eyes scanning the ship, looking for something or someone. You all must have looked like ants to it, scattering around in a frenzy, just trying to survive. And like ants, it ignored each and every one. Except you. What? The creature's one-eyed stare began to bore holes in your body. Why does my head... Why was it looking at you? Why was it after you? Ah! All was dark. All was quiet. As though suddenly you were transported far away from all the fighting, from the assassins, from your burdens and despair. It was cold and lonely, but peaceful. So we meet. To battle again. Huh? Such persistence. Such... madness. Who said that? A deep, hollow voice rang in your skull, followed by a burning, throbbing pain coursing through your body. It was a familiar feeling, similar to what you felt on the beach, only this time far more intense. You felt a sudden, deep-seated hatred for the beast and felt its animosity towards you. No, not directly at you. Towards something else. A pity that you are not yourself. What's happening to... Our war rages on. However, this time, you will fall. Jake! You took a sharp, deep breath as reality burst through the darkness you had been shrouded in. All at once your senses came back, the sounds of the sailors screaming in agony and the roar of the massive sea serpent, the sight of the moon and stars above and the mysterious purple haze that swept across the deck that you could only see, the fresh smell of the ocean breeze and the putrid stench of the beast, and a warmth coursing up your arm transmitted from something heavy in your hand. It was your blade, unsheathed and glimmering golden in the moonlight. When did I... Jake, move! You quickly looked back up at the monster before you, beginning to raise up even higher, readying itself to strike. You had all the time in the world to move, but your feet were glued to the floor. Was it fear, or were you entranced by the creature? Whatever it was, you couldn't tear your eyes away from the beast as it attacked with its jaws wide open. Jake! Ah! What happened? You thought that this was the end. This time, for sure, the beast would have sunk its teeth into your frail body and chewed you to bits. Alright, y'all, I'm going to pause it right there. We'll continue the epic fight in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Trezum Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to your ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.